Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. Team USA has officially announced its roster, and this time there is no controversy surrounding Caitlin Clark. Unlike the 2024 Olympic team, Caitlin Clark has earned her spot, meaning there will be no Team USA snub. Her selection is already creating massive excitement, and it's safe to say those Team USA jerseys are going to sell at a record-breaking pace. Many fans have been asking one question online: where's Olivia Miles? The answer is actually simple. Olivia Miles was never invited to Team USA training camp, so she was never truly in contention for this roster. Her absence shouldn't surprise anyone who followed the selection process. Of course, the conversation immediately brings people back to 2024, when many believed Caitlin Clark got robbed of an Olympic roster spot. Instead, Diana Taurasi made the team despite playing very limited minutes and in some games not even seeing the court. Critics have long argued that decision wasn't based purely on basketball, believing it allowed Diana Taurasi to set an Olympic appearance record that Caitlin Clark would never be able to match. Supporters also continue to point toward what they call the UConn Mafia and the long-discussed UConn bias within USA basketball. Another selection drawing attention is Angel Reese. While some expected she could make the roster, others continue questioning why she earned a spot on this World Cup team. Chelsea Gray's inclusion has also sparked criticism, with some fans arguing Team USA continues relying on veteran players instead of fully embracing the next generation. Now, Team USA has officially revealed its World Cup squad, so let's take a look at the promotional video together.
11 World Cup gold medals. 11 times we stood on top of that podium. But nobody fears what happened in the past. They fear what's coming next. So who's next for the greatest dynasty ever? Who's next is young and turned. Next up is what's been up. It's winners on the world stage. Versatility only we have. It's the MVPs. It's delivering in clutch moments. Shot blocking. Shot making. We're bringing the best of the best. The ones who do it all. The ones who give their all. That put on the jersey and command respect. So what's next isn't coming. It's here. Because now, we're going for 12.
Now that Team USA has officially revealed the roster for the 2026 FIBA Women's World Cup, there's one thing I have to say right away. After everything that happened at the last Olympics, I'm gonna be completely real here. USA basketball came dangerously close to creating another disaster. They nearly blew the last Olympics with some of the decisions they made, and because of that, every roster announcement from now on is going to be heavily scrutinized. Before the official list was released, I predicted about 11 or 12 of these players correctly. Most of the names were expected, but there were still a few spots that generated plenty of debate. That will compete in the 2026 FIBA Women's World Cup, which takes place from September 4 through September 13 in Berlin. The announcement was presented by Google, and the final 12-player roster includes Aaliyah Boston, Paige Bueckers, Caitlin Clark, Nafisa Collier, Kalea Copper, Chelsea Gray, Ryan Howard, Kelsey Plum, Angel Reese, Brianna Stewart, Aja Wilson, and Jackie Young. Looking at this roster as a whole, it's absolutely loaded with talent. There isn't another country in the world that can match the overall skill level of this group. But if I'm being honest, I still have two major complaints, and those complaints are Chelsea Gray and Angel Reese. Those are the two selections that stand out to me the most. I know Kiki Iriafen was in the national team camp. I remember watching her, and unless I'm missing something, like an injury, I personally would have considered her. I haven't followed the Washington Mystics very closely lately because, to be honest, most of my attention has been on the Indiana Fever this season. That's simply where the biggest stories have been. But based on what I've seen, Kiki Iriafen definitely deserved consideration. I've also seen plenty of people asking about Kelsey Mitchell. As far as I remember, she wasn't part of the Team USA camp either. If you weren't invited to camp, your chances of making this roster were basically non-existent. That's just how the selection process works. USA Basketball also highlighted the incredible experience this team brings. These 12 players combined for 14 Olympic appearances and 9 FIBA Women's World Cup gold medals. 7 players will be making their World Cup debut, while Team USA is chasing its 5th consecutive World Cup championship and its 12th overall title. On paper, this team should absolutely dominate the tournament. They should beat everyone. Every single game should be ugly for the opposition. It should be a massacre. It should be a bloodbath. That's how talented this roster is compared to the rest of the world. Sue Bird, the managing director of USA Basketball Women's National Team, released a statement after the announcement saying she was excited about the group selected for Berlin and believes every player understands the responsibility that comes with wearing a Team USA jersey while pursuing another gold medal. Of course, Sue Bird is another member of what many fans jokingly call the Yukon Mafia, a topic that always seems to come up whenever Team USA selections are discussed. Several veterans are back after winning the 2022 FIBA Women's World Cup, including Kalea Copper, Chelsea Gray, Kelsey Plum, Breanna Stewart, and Aja Wilson. Nafisa Collier and Jackie Young also return after helping Team USA capture Olympic gold in Paris in 2024. Meanwhile, several stars will be making their World Cup debut, including Aaliyah Boston, Paige Bueckers, Caitlin Clark, Nafisa Collier, Rhyne Howard, Angel Reese, and Jackie Young. For Boston, Bueckers, Clark, Reese, this will also be their first appearance in a major senior international event, whether that's the World Cup or the Olympic Games. The accomplishments of this roster are almost unbelievable. Combined, these players have earned 58 WNBA All-Star selections, won 16 WNBA championships, and collected 7 Rookie of the Year awards. Breanna Stewart and Aja Wilson alone have combined for 6 league MVP trophies. Stewart is also joining an elite group by appearing in her 4th FIBA Women's World Cup. Only Sue Bird, with 5 appearances, and Diana Taurasi, with 4, have reached that level before her. Earlier in their careers, Boston, Bueckers, Clark, Collier, Howard, Plum, Stewart, and Wilson all won gold medals with USA Basketball at junior international competitions. The coaching staff is another interesting storyline. Kara Lawson will serve as head coach, while Natalie Nakase joins as an assistant. Nate Tibbetts and Stephanie White are also on the coaching staff, with Jose Fernandez and Tia Jackson serving as scout coaches. Lawson praised the depth of American women's basketball, saying narrowing the roster down to just 12 players was an extremely difficult process because of the incredible amount of talent available. Now comes the biggest question of all. Who starts? That's where this conversation is going to get interesting. Is Chelsea Gray really going to start over Caitlin Clark? If she does, that decision is immediately going to become one of the biggest storylines surrounding Team USA. This roster absolutely has enough talent to win another gold medal, and if someone asked me whether I'd pick Team USA or the rest of the field, I'm taking Team USA every single time. But that doesn't mean they're unbeatable. We saw moments during the Olympics where they looked vulnerable. Many people expect the starting lineup to feature Chelsea Gray, Jackie Young, Breanna Stewart, Aja Wilson, and another veteran on the wing. But history shows Team USA often starts players based on seniority instead of current performance. During the Olympic final, Chelsea Gray started but only played 13 minutes. Earlier in the tournament, she received more playing time against teams like Japan in games that weren't especially competitive. Against Belgium and Germany, Team USA struggled early, and Chelsea Gray's minutes were reduced after difficult starts. Meanwhile, the Americans cruised past Nigeria and Australia, allowing veterans to play more comfortably in games that weren't close. This isn't a new pattern. Team USA has often rewarded veterans. We even saw it years ago when Chelsea Gray, in the prime of her career, lost minutes to a 41-year-old Sue Bird simply because of seniority. That's why the starting lineup doesn't necessarily determine who matters most. It's usually about who finishes the game. Still, the point guard situation will be fascinating. Before the roster announcement, I thought the biggest debate would be Olivia Miles versus Kelsey Plum. Now that Olivia Miles isn't here, the expectation is that Caitlin Clark and Chelsea Gray will split primary point guard responsibilities. Kelsey Plum will likely handle some minutes at the position as well. I don't expect Paige Bueckers to spend much time running the offense, and while Jackie Young certainly has the ability to play point guard, I'm not sure USA uses her that way. Ultimately, that's the question everyone will be watching once the tournament begins. Who starts for Team USA? Because if Caitlin Clark isn't in that starting lineup, the debate is going to explode all over again, and the controversy surrounding Team USA roster decisions certainly won't be over. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe for more WNBA coverage.
This is the biggest honor you can possibly have in playing basketball in our country, is wearing USA across your chest. So I'm just excited to be here and honored. Obviously, it's kind of like the start to the new Olympic cycle, and quite a few different things before we get to that point, but just excited to be here and be surrounded by a lot of really great players, some that haven't played in Olympics before, and then others that have a medal or multiple medals. So I think it's been a fun group to be around.